Check out how I saved $250 by creating this dog door for a sliding glass window that's a pretty standard size. I don't have a sliding glass door, and I didn't want to cut any holes in the walls or doors for my dog door. I discovered they made window inserts for sliding windows, but they were about $250. So I made my own, and I'll show you how. This works for 46-inch window height or slightly less. While scouring the internet for used ones, I saw this one for sliding glass doors that came in 2 pieces, and I wondered if it could be modified. So I picked one up for free and got to work. I measured the inside channel of my window, and it was 46 inches in height. The person who gifted this to me lost the hardware, so it was a perfect chance to repurpose. This came in 2 pieces of equal height. One had a dog door on it, and one had the expanding adjustable panel on the top. So as it turns out, each panel is just shy of 41 inches, 40 3/4 maybe. And the top panel, this portion that's flexible, is 6.5 inches. So 40 3/4 inches plus 6.5 inches is about 47 1/4 inch. But we have to adjust for the overlap between the main panel and the adjustable piece, which is about 3/4 inch on each side. So that comes to about 45 3/4, which should be close enough for my window, which is a pretty standard height. So if I can add this top to this panel, then I will have the right length dog door for my window. So the question is this removable? And this is the side of the panel with the dog door in it. And this is the side of the dog door panel with the flexible piece on it. I think I should be able to move the adjustable piece to the other panel. I'm not sure if it matters, but that hole looks about the same size as this hole. So I'm hoping I can remove this top piece from this one and put it on this one with no trouble. So we shall see. It will be like this panel is here, extending this side. So first I tried to wedge my screwdriver in there and pop the whole mechanism off, including the cover, but I couldn't quite make it work. So I removed these screws to take off the cover and work each side individually. And this is what it looks like under the hood. I wasn't sure if the screw was going to be in the way of removing it, and so here's a close-up, but it didn't cause a problem actually. I kept slowly easing the plastic piece out while leveraging my screwdriver, but it was damaging the plastic a little bit, so you'll have to be careful not to break any of the pieces off of that. I thought it would be pretty easy to come out once I started moving it, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. I got it to about this point before I decided to employ the wrench, and even still I had trouble getting it to come out any further. But my hands are pretty weak. I did find the best way was leveraging it against the side of the aluminum. This part I don't show on camera, but I also eventually got someone to push through the full channel with a rod or some tubing in our case, while I pulled with the wrench on the other side, and the pieces eventually came out. They look like this. They have some damage on the plastic, but they worked perfectly good when sliding them back into the channel. I forgot to pay attention to which way they came out and if there was anything distinguishing about which way they should go back into the new panel. I do feel like they manufactured these pieces with an extra piece of plastic to protect against this screw, that's the screw head that's in here. So I did put them back in that way so they didn't feel loose maybe. I did kind of mangle the plastic a little bit so it's hard to see, but I think it's right there. So I used a rubber mallet to pound them in their new space on the panel that already had a dog door in it. They went in relatively easy, but still tight enough that they should hold in place. I replaced both screws to the adjustable top and tightened them up with my screwdriver, and that was it. As expected, it was 45 3/4 inches tall, so it's a little shy of my window height, but it worked just fine. Fortunately, that's a pretty common window height, so I hope it works for you too. I'll replace the weather stripping, make a new dowel for the window, and get a locking mechanism. I'm so excited about my new free window dog door, and the grand dog likes it too. I hope this was helpful and saved you a few bucks. If so, please like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.